I was watching the trailer for the upcoming Jordan Peele movie Nope, and other than the clues about what on earth this movie is even about, the biggest thing I noticed was that the movie seemed to be like 5 genres at once. And more recently, it's not just been Jordan Peele who has been diving into multiple genres in one movie. This year's Everything, Everywhere, All at Once is a great example of being, well, pretty much everything all at once. It's a lot of action, pretty funny, dramatic, and a bit of the superhero genre, all in this one wonderful movie. As we see more and more movies blend genres together into original storytelling, it really does make me wonder whether film genres even matter anymore. Not that I'm advocating for film genres to be done with completely, because genres do actually serve purposes other than classification of movies in your Netflix menu. You see, when Aristotle first presented genres as a classification system in ancient Greek literature, he wanted the genres to be a guide on the types of writing styles that would fit the various forms of stories. For example, funny dialogue wouldn't be suitable for a tragedy.
Are you the billionaire owner of Apple Computers?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, you got no right to wear New Balance sneakers ever.
And as a guide, genres have continued to change and adapt with the times, to include tropes and types of characters that fit within specific genres. Like movies about space and aliens are classified as sci-fi films, or rom-coms generally include a romance between two characters who find themselves in a silly and tangled circumstance. All of these genre conventions help to manage an audience's expectations. Since film, like most art, is so fluid, genres can help audiences make sense of the unpredictable events that might happen in a film. That's why watching a rom-com can feel quite comforting, because we all know that while Harry and Sally don't get along now, at the start of the film, they will get together at the end of the film, because that's written in the convention of the rom-com genre. But that's also what has made many genres feel dull and formulaic, because when we know exactly what is going to happen next, it gets a bit boring watching the rest of the film. To refresh storytelling, filmmakers have started adding new perspectives and bending genre conventions to subvert our expectations. For instance, leading us down one expected path, only for us to realize that we missed the most obvious clue of all. Most often, this is in the form of blending different genres together. Like in John Krasinski's A Quiet Place, while it's strictly classified as a horror movie, the film puts family at the forefront, and at times, it acts more like a family genre mixed with a survival movie than a horror movie. Blending genres have been a great way to challenge and surprise audiences, but I wonder whether we've started blending so many genres together that maybe classifying films into genres might not make sense anymore. Take Nope. While it's classified as a horror movie, the trailer makes it look part Western, part mystery, part sci-fi, and maybe even part buddy comedy. And yet, audiences aren't daunted by the task of unraveling all of those genre conventions in a single film. And in fact, they're pretty excited about it. Just look at how well Everything, Everywhere, All at Once did. It's because blending all of those genres together is interesting and exciting. And it doesn't matter that the film doesn't fit into any one genre. Of course, we definitely needed all of those genre-heavy movies to have existed before to get us to where we are now. But is now the time to ditch the conventions and categories and recognize that instead of transcending specific genres like horror or Western, filmmakers are actually transcending the very idea of genres itself? If we continue to classify films into genres, will we actually be doing the opposite of what genres were meant to do in the first place, which is of course to manage audience expectations? What if upon a movie's release, an audience member sees that a genreless movie is classified as a horror and has all these expectations about what it might be, and so they don't end up giving the movie a chance at all? Or what if the categorization actually doesn't help the audience manage their expectations while they watch the movie, because the movie itself really had no category in the first place? Super specific subgenres like spy-fi could be one way forward to help accurately describe a story to the audience. But on the other hand, I find specific subgenres to also be quite limiting. Because after all, how many dashes and hyphens can a genre contain before it becomes too much of a mouthful for it to be helpful anymore? So, back to the title question, what would happen if movie genres didn't exist anymore? What if audiences are the ones to describe the movie using their own words after watching the movie itself? And instead, traditional genres became descriptor words rather than categories, and the genre descriptors acted more like tags or keywords that we could use to filter and cross-filter all the movies that existed in the world. No matter the solution, I think it's still worthwhile to reconsider how genres work for contemporary storytelling, because we definitely need another way to effectively manage audience expectations while still also allowing storytellers the freedom to creatively blend multiple genres together.